In this week's video, we replaced our steering system. We've got a conduit and cable steering system that has never been replaced as far as we know. If your steering system's going to fail, or if your engine controls are going to fail, it's probably going to happen at the worst possible time. So we're going to go ahead and do it now. Edison recommends every 10 years. So yeah, we're going to replace the steering system just to be on the safe side and improve our confidence level. Without steering, we're not going anywhere. Well, we might be going somewhere, but not where we want to go.
Yes, for sure.
But yeah, come along with us, and we'll, not that we're experts, but we'll show you what we did. It was fun.
Been feeling trapped down on the floor. I don't know what for. Feels like I'm gone.
We are Diane and Craig, also known as Shorty and Pop. And this is our story about sailing into retirement. As a newly retired couple who loves travel, the ocean, and sand between our toes, we aren't ready to settle down just yet.
And leave me till tomorrow. Wind into myself, away from things I let go, floating on the waves. We go bottoms up, we go all the way. When you're feeling down, push the pain away. We go bottoms up, we go all the way. And things that
Today, our project is a biggie. We are going to replace the pull cable steering system on this Edison helm that we have here. We ordered all the replacement parts, geez, well over a year ago. But it's just one of those projects that it needed to be done, but it wasn't urgent. So we kind of put it off and put it off. Now we're down in Key West. Cold weather front has passed, and so we've got some good weather coming up. What we didn't want to do is get into the steering system and have a boat that was not capable of moving, because if something goes wrong with this steering system upgrade, then we can't steer, and that's a big problem. So we waited for the weather to pass. Shorty says it's go time.
It's go time.
Now, so what I'm going to do is start taking this all apart, and we think we have all the parts to do it correctly and get it upgraded.
Yeah, let's hope.
But the first thing to do is to remove this compass and this head unit, because the cables actually come up through this pedestal, and you'll see where they come into here and hook up to the steering column. So the first thing to do when you're taking apart one of these pedestal compasses is to put some tape on there, because it's critical that the compass goes back oriented the same way it came off, or your compass accuracy will be compromised. So it may not be great to start with, but at least it's going to go back the way it came off. It's kind of a puzzle to get that thing off. Okay. If you ever have to do this, what I learned is don't mess with these things. That's the seal on that liquid that's in there. And if you loosen that up, you'll get air bubbles in there. Well, we've all seen this little section of the boat before. This is the steering quadrant right here. And we've got the steering cables run through conduit, and they go around a sheave on either side of the quadrant. this cable runs through a conduit, and we don't know the situation or what condition it's in. It looks good, to be honest with you. But talk to Edison. They recommend that the steering system be replaced they say at least every 10 years. And so this steering system has not been ever replaced as far as we know. So just to be on the safe side, we're going to replace it. What is catastrophic is if for some reason you lose your steering system. So we're going to go through this. We're going to replace the cables in the conduit. We're going to double check those shivs, pull them off, make sure that they're running well, and got no sharp edges or anything.
Would you like me to lay something down there so when something falls, it won't roll around?
I never drop anything. Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm. We still haven't found the 2 screwdrivers that are in there.
Maybe we'll find them today. Cable comes off of the starboard side pulley and runs in the bottom groove of the Quadrant. The port side runs on the top of the Quadrant. Got to come off the chain, or it's got to come off the sprocket before it can come up. This one's out. Well, what we're having trouble with right now is there's this pin right here that needs to be driven out so that we can remove this wheel shaft. So I worked on it quite a bit yesterday, but all I had was a center punch, which is really the wrong tool, and then just a little nail hammer. So today this morning we went to Ace Hardware. So at Ace Hardware, I got this pin punch and a bigger hammer. So hopefully I can make more progress. This drive pin right here would not come out. So I finally, it's risky to try to drill one out, because if you get off center, it's a problem. We were able to get these pins drilled kind of in the center. This right here is where it's punching out. But on this side, it's easy to see where we were able to get the hole centered. So when we drilled that center out and got it big enough, it allowed that metal to relax, and we were able to drive it on out. I've not got it all the way out yet, but if it came that far, it's coming out. Baby steps, small successes. So I'll drive this the rest of the way on out. There it is. This is the difference between a good O-ring and a bad O-ring. One that's, I guess, 30 years old. This is the new O-ring. Soft, pliable. This is the O-ring that we took off. You can see that it's different in size, obviously, quite a bit, but check this O-ring out. Is broken. A rubber O-ring doesn't do that. This is no longer rubber. It's hardened petroleum products. It looks like we got everything cleaned up. Now we'll start reassembling it all. get that snap ring in place. This goes on. Then I believe this goes on. New O-ring. Another snap ring. Snap rings, you have to slide them down, make sure they get in the little keyway. There it went. You can feel it. When they're in there right, they'll spin. This back one, I'm gonna lube it just a little bit. Recommended to use super lube. It's a non-petroleum product. Make sure we get started right. And this slides in this back hole. And since I cleaned this a bunch, I'm gonna put a little lube in here just to massage it in there. Looks like it's in all the way. It's ready for the drive pin now. So now comes the fun part, and that's driving that drive pin back down in there. But it's flush now. I'm gonna turn loose this tail.
Okay.
We inserted a grease cert. It's about halfway down the cable run. So the grease cert is so that as the cable moves back and forth, it'll pick up the silicone and lubricate the inside of the conduit.
So I'm fixing to push this down in there for Craig. Wish me luck.
Now we're putting tension. Everything should be lined up. And we're tensioning these steering cables. Should be plenty of room there. How's it going? One more project complete. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, give us a thumbs up and please consider subscribing to the channel.
Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and leave us a comment. Thanks for watching.